Reed is scared and confused. What is happening, Olivia? We have been driving for so long, but neither is it getting dark nor is the day changing. Something is very wrong. Here the story begins with little Reed and his dad. His dad was a hunter, and this time he took Reed for hunting too. He hunted a deer and then gave Reed a knife so that he could skin it. But Reed was very scared and he could not do it. Seeing this, his dad got angry and started shouting at him. From here the scene cuts and now we are shown grown-up Reed. Today was his wedding day. The whole house was filled with happiness. After the wedding, Reed and his wife were going to go on a long drive, for which his dad had already made preparations. He kept some stuff in the car which was only for emergency. Seeing this, Reed got angry. Maybe he was not very close to his dad because of his strict attitude. Reed and his wife started the journey. On the way it was found out that his wife is pregnant. Both were talking about their upcoming child. When suddenly a car came in front, Reed noticed. He did not give any attention and their car narrowly escaped a collision. His wife scolded him a lot for his carelessness. After going some distance, they reached a place where there were two roads. They could not understand which way to go. There was a signboard on which it was written that there is a fuel station and store nearby. They went on that road, but the strange thing was that there was no traffic there. When they reached the store, they saw that it was completely empty. An old man was sitting inside, but when they tried to talk to him, he did not respond, as if he was sleeping or unconscious. Then suddenly an old woman came close to them. Seeing her, both of them got a little scared, but then they controlled themselves. Reed's wife asked the old woman for permission to use the washroom. The old woman said in a strict tone, "Do not make it dirty." Then with the help of the same old woman, they found the way to reach the highway and they left the mango. During the journey, both of them started talking again. Then suddenly Reed felt like this. It was as if someone had spilled a bucket full of blood on his car, but the next moment everything became normal. He thought that maybe it was just his vomit. After some time, Olivia, i.e. Reed's wife, turned on the radio and normal songs were playing. But Reed heard another voice in it, as if someone was saying, "Your wife does not love you." On the way ahead, they saw an old man. Reed thought that maybe he was asking for a lift. Olivia had already said that we will not give him a lift. Who knows who this is? Reed was tired, so now Olivia started driving. Then Reed felt very strange, as if he was going backwards instead of moving forward. He ignored these things and tried to sleep. As soon as Reed closed his eyes, he felt that Olivia had turned into a scary devil. Her face and eyes became very terrifying, as if she was about to eat Reed. Then suddenly Reed's eyes opened and he started looking around in panic. Strange things started happening as soon as he came on this road, and most of all, he was not able to understand why all this was happening. Olivia was driving, but she hadn't seen the meter till now. When Reed looked at the meter, he saw that the tank was almost empty. This could only happen if they were driving continuously for several hours. Olivia said in surprise, "I thought we were driving for just a few minutes." Reed's head started spinning. Something is wrong. Time loop. He understood that they were repeating the same thing for a long time, but they were not even realizing it now. Olivia also had to believe it. Olivia's head started spinning. She started feeling strange. Reed tried to take something from the back of the car to help her. Then Olivia saw blood on the car. The next moment she saw a girl soaked in blood on the road. Out of fear, she drove the car fast. Reed was shocked and asked, "What are you doing?" Then Olivia told everything in fear. While talking, they again reached the same bumper from where they had come out. Now both of them were confused. Reed noticed that they were traveling for several hours, but it has turned from evening to night yet. As soon as both of them got out of the car, suddenly there was a thick darkness all around. In a moment it was night when Olivia saw a man's body hanging from a nearby tree. His body was torn as if someone had eaten it. Before they could understand anything, suddenly a stranger wearing a mask attacks them. Both panic and run to save their lives and try to escape in the car. Out of fear, Reed starts driving backwards instead of moving the car forward. While going backwards, both of them forgot why they were doing this. Then suddenly the same masked man came in front of their car again. Now the fuel of the car had also finished. They could not run anywhere. Then a car came from the front. The masked man was startled by its horn. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Reed and Olivia ran towards the forest. But as soon as they entered the forest, strange things started happening again. They could not remember why they were running in the forest. Then suddenly time stopped, and when they regained consciousness, they found themselves tied in a dark room. Now both were injured and they realized that they had been kidnapped, and the person who had kidnapped them was a thief. It was none other than the same masked man. Then Olivia looked at Reed and said tremblingly, "I have to tell you a truth, I did not love you." It was as if someone had stabbed Reed's heart. Olivia said crying, "I married you under compulsion. I was with someone else too, and to tell you the truth, I don't know if this child is yours or not." Reed's blood boiled. Then the radio in the room started turning on by itself and a voice came from the middle of the song. "I told you that she does not love you." Reed looked with a start. The same masked man was sitting nearby, and he was probably eating the flesh of the same dead man. Now his eyes were on Reed and Olivia, but before he could attack, suddenly someone came from behind and hit him hard on the head. The masked man fell unconscious. Reed and Olivia saw that it was the same old man whom they had seen earlier at the store, the same one who was stopping them from coming to this place. Reed asked in a panic, "What is all this? Where are we?" The old man took a deep breath and said, "This place is cursed. Today everything is stuck in a time loop. We move forward, no one can escape from here, and the longer you stay here, the more you will forget your time, just like I have forgotten it." This story is about a man who has been stuck in the same place for a few years, who does not even remember how long he has been here. He had grown old and he started thinking that maybe he will die in this time loop, but suddenly he started losing his memory. He forgot Olivia and Reed and started attacking them. Scared, both of them ran away from Wua. It was morning while running, but Reed was angry with Olivia. He did not want to talk to her, but the most important thing for them right now was that they somehow get out of this place. On the way they saw a person. On looking carefully they came to know that it was Olivia. When she went to the washroom in the forest, then they understood that they were stuck in a time loop. Every time everything was happening again, Reed immediately picked up a stone and scared the old Olivia so that she would go away from there. Now he understood that the one who scared him earlier was no one else but himself. Then he took out petrol from his car and entered the next loop himself. Now he also understood that if he drives the car backwards, the time will also go backwards and maybe he can get out of this loop. But as he started going backwards, his memory started going back and he started driving the car forward again. Then he saw that a masked man attacked Reed and Olivia who had come in the new loop. Reed and Olivia honked their car horn to distract the masked man. When Olivia looked back in the car, she saw a knife. She thought that maybe Reed had brought the knife to kill her because now he had come to know the truth about Olivia. Out of fear, she picked up the same knife and took Reed out of the car. Reed kept trying to explain to her again and again, "Wait, there is nothing like what you were thinking, there is danger outside," but Olivia did not listen to him. As soon as Reed got out of the car, someone attacked him, but Olivia was surprised to see that the masked man who was attacking them was none other than the future version of Olivia herself, the one who had kidnapped them and the one who was eating human flesh. Now Olivia had lost her mind. She quickly sat in the car. Reed also somehow escaped and came in the car, and both of them started driving the car back fast. As they started going back, the time started changing rapidly. Day and night were changing as if someone was turning the light on and off. Then they reached the same road from where they had started this journey. Everything became fine, but it was too late. Reed looked at his phone. There were many messages from family and friends. He understood that he had spent a very long time at this place, but now Olivia was dead and his child too. Now there was nothing left in this life. He got down from the car and started walking on the same road from which he had come out with great difficulty, and then he realized that this was the same old man who had stopped him from coming here in the beginning. Suddenly in the forest he saw a small girl whose face was exactly like him. He understood that this was his own daughter who might have been born to some version of Olivia, and now she was also trapped in this forest. The girl had a photo of Reed and Olivia. Reed hugged the photo and cried, and that was the end of the story.